welcome back to Handpan. Remember, if you'd like a downloadable copy of the notation for all of these exercises, you can find them over on Patreon. This is officially the last video, but I'm gonna do some bonus ones next week as well, because I couldn't help myself. So this is the lazy roll, and we've got a nice little exercise to practice it. The lazy roll is basically when you just let gravity do the work and let all 4 of your fingers land on the ding, like so. So we're coming down pinky first, then ring, middle, pointer, pinker, ring, middle, pointer, pinker, pinky. And it is good practice to isolate them and practice them individually like so. See how I'm using just the finger and not the wrist, just to get an idea of how it feels to be in control of those fingers. Weirdly, my left hand, which is my non-dominant, feels more in control. Interesting. But even though I do recommend you practice this, the lazy roll itself, while we do isolate them a little bit, mostly it's a flick of the wrist in this rotation movement here. So all of the rotation stuff we've done in the last couple of weeks is good practice in the lead up to this. And there's a moment of prep, and there's a little bit of this wiggle happening with the fingers, but mostly it's a lead by the wrist. And the isolation of the fingers is to help avoid this sound. And ideally you want your hands to kind of look the same-ish. Mine don't at the moment. My right hand is looking and feeling a lot looser than my left. My left, I can really feel that I'm doing this a lot more. So I've got to work on that. And the exercise that we're going to use to practice this is, it looks like this. So we're going to use the roll as a lead-in to the beat, right? And so we're going to do dominant hand with the roll, non-dominant hand with a strike on the ding for 4 strikes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we switch. Non-dominant hand plays the roll, dominant hand plays the strike. 2, 3, 4. So let's just try that together, nice and steady, so you can feel the difference between that right and left hand and start to get used to using this roll as a kind of lead-in to whatever your dominant strike is going to be. All right, let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2. Nice and loose. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2. Keeping the wrists high. Remember to use that rotation to your advantage. Switch. And what you'll notice about this as well is the goal isn't to have very isolated this finger, this finger, this finger like we just did here. You're not supposed to hear each precise individual one. It's more of the kind of trill sound that we're going for. We're not going for dega, 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 dega. Eventually, once you start to train your fingers a little bit better, you can aim for that. But for this, it's called the lazy roll for a reason. We're not trying to train our fingers completely. We're not trying to make it super clean. We're just trying to make it look fancy and sound fancy. So, yeah, it's a Friday. We don't have to actually be super precise. But if you eventually want to train that precision, then I recommend these kinds of activities. And this is why, if you think back to week 1 when we were doing simple scales exercises, I think it was video 2, we went all the way to playing those scales with the pinky, right? Which is super helpful for moments like this when your pinky actually does come into play. So that's the beginning of the exercise. We're now going to take it a step further, and we're going to start to reduce the number of counts. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. In fact, we won't do the 4s twice, we'll do it just once. Right, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Just like that. Let's try it together nice and steady. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 2s. 1 and 2. Switch. 1 and 2. Switch. 1 and 2. Switch. 1 and 2. Now 1s. 1, 2. Let's do 8 of these actually. 1, 2, 3. Back to 4s. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 2s. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, 1, 2, sorry, and 1 and 2, and now 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now 1s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do the whole thing one more time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice, amazing. So once you've gotten the hang of that, again, keeping everything as loose as possible, and practicing some of these stretches. I've got a video on my channel somewhere of some good stretches and looseny uppy things ahead of your practice. I really recommend that ahead of this kind of activity. You can move then not just on the ding, but over to note 1 to start with, and then you can start to move it around, practice it on different notes. So the exercise for note 1 is the same thing, just getting used to different motions. So I'm striking with my thumb on note 1 instead of my finger on the ding. Let's just try like one round of that so you can get the feel for it, and then I'll leave you on your own to practice that. Ready? So the main strike happening on note 1, everything else on the shoulder of the ding as usual. Ready? 1 and 2, and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1s. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice, you got the idea. So yeah, see if you can move that around. And see if you can get those lazy rolls nice and loose. Enjoy, and I'll see you over the weekend live, and then we've got a couple of bonus activities next week, so I'll see you there hopefully. Have a good one.